Everyone, welcome back to episode 12 of the Everything Communication podcast. I am your host, Nathan John. Today, I'm going to be speaking to you guys about something that I've read in a book. So I made it one of my habits, um, probably from the beginning of this quarter, to start reading 30 minutes a day. Um, would highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. I think a big part of doing this I've found that's made it a lot easier is just having a set to a specific time. So I'll do like 12 p.m. every day, beginning of lunchtime. That's when I do my 30 minutes of reading. That's made it really easy to just like stick to it and gain a lot of information. Another really useful gem as well, if you guys don't already do this, is please take notes when you're reading. The way that I take, like, I will literally have a stack of post-it notes. I'll be writing notes about things that like I read, and it's like, oh my gosh, this thing is really great, or I need to go and action this immediately. I'll write a post-it note, put it in the book so I can continue reading. And then when I come back to it, just flick through the pages and see, okay, where have I put a post-it note? What is the action that I need to go and do? Would highly recommend that. Also using like a highlighter to obviously highlight the things that are most impactful to you, or maybe something that you've never read before, idea you've never heard before that you need to go and do something with, you want to come back to, etc., etc., etc. Would highly recommend doing all of those things. But the thing that I read today, which I thought was really, really interesting, was the idea that in marketing, your message isn't good if it doesn't piss someone off. Like if it doesn't annoy someone, it's not good. If it just has people like on the fence, or people somewhat agree with what you're saying, it's not really going to do much. If you're looking to push a product out or an idea or a message out, it needs to get someone on one side saying, yes, I agree, absolutely love this, and someone on the other side being like, no, I hate, like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't subscribe to that at all. And it's pretty weird, because if you look back, there's pretty much always been one group of people that really like an idea and one group of people that don't like an idea, right? If we take things back to like elections for presidency or prime ministers or any other like democratic sort of position, you obviously always have one set of people who really want someone to go into power, and then another set of people who really don't want someone to go into power or want someone else to go into power, right? And by default, those people are kind of like against each other. And that's what makes some of the biggest movements that have ever been so powerful, because having the people on the opposing side having a really strong view is always naturally going to force some opposition from the other side. If you think about even planting a tree, right? You plant a seed in the ground and it starts to grow, you water it, blah blah blah. Over time, roots start to grow. That's just natural opposition. Opposition is so embedded into the fabric of the universe that it's actually not a bad thing. If you start to see weeds growing, it's because there's nutrients there. It means that there is water there. There's good stuff in that soil that those weeds are trying to come and sap from the tree. They're trying to come and take away from the thing that you're trying to build. And so a lot of the time we see that when we have an idea or we have something that we're trying to build or grow, we don't want to annoy people. Some of us are such people pleasers, me included. I'll be right. I'll hold my hands up on this one. I'll hold my hands up on this one. Um, we almost like numb our messages down to make sure it doesn't annoy someone, to make sure that someone doesn't take it in the wrong way. And what that actually means is we're not serving the people who do agree with us, who do need to hear that message, who maybe have been on the fence and haven't heard someone speak in the way that you've spoken before, haven't seen a platform like the one that you're building, or the kind of the business or whatever it is that you're creating been done before in that way. But because you're now trying to make it more subtle or trying to lessen the impact of it, it doesn't serve them in the best way that you could. And so I make this today to quite simply just say, don't be afraid to just be real, just be raw, like just say what you need to say, do what you need to do. It's going to annoy someone, probably. There are probably going to be some weeds that you're going to have to trim or get rid of, but they're actually a sign that you're doing the right thing. They're actually a sign that you're on the right path. It's not a sign for you to stop growing. It's not a sign for you to, okay, I'm going to stop watering this vegetable garden because now there's weeds coming up. Doesn't make sense. There's no pruning, if there's no sort of removal of the bad, there's no ignoring of the noise of the people that don't agree with you. You'll never be tall enough, you'll never get big enough to the point where you can have influence on the way that you think is best. You can have some sort of impact on the world to make it a better place than you found it. And so a big part of this, right, going back to something that I tell my clients all the time when we look at public speaking, is that foundation, right? Your mindset. And for those of us that have this thought process of not wanting to annoy people or avoiding confrontation and all of that stuff, examining where that comes from, asking yourself who it is or where it is that you picked that idea up from. And for some of us, it might be our parents, it might be people that we respect, we look up to, our siblings, cousins, friends, mentors that have that same view of the world, that we have to be passive and we can't speak the way that we actually may want to because it may offend someone else. And asking yourself if the things that you care about, the impact that you want to have, the things that have been placed on your heart, are they bigger than your fear of confrontation? Are they more important than the things that you feel? Is the fact that you could change someone else's life have impacts on a greater scale than you can even imagine right now, bigger than that thing that's stopping you from saying what really needs to be said? Because if it is, you've got some uprooting to do. If it is, you've got some pruning to do. You've got some removal of gunk, blocking out of noise that needs to happen so that you can best serve the people that you've been placed on this earth to serve. I'm gonna leave it there, short and sweet. My name's been Nathan John. I'll catch you guys for the next episode of the Everything Communication Podcast. Peace.